Hello, welcome back to a new video by the Devscorch platform. My name is Johan and I will be hosting this video. Okay, so in the last video we created our first user, or the first control of the users. We created our middleware, we created the admin middleware. We registered the route for logging in, for registering, and we also created all the routes for the profile, for updating and deleting. So in the last video I actually came to the conclusion that we want to put this inside an enum instead of just using strings. So we go to the enums file, create a new enum, and we're going to call this the routes enum. So the reason why I like to put stuff in enums is actually because if you like, how do you say this? So for example, you update your whole API to version 2.0, for example, and you decide that you have to change all the routes and all the strings. You actually have to change everything here, right? But if you go to the status enum or the routes enum, you have like everything in an enum, which is actually called, you can actually change all the values here. So you don't have to change everything in your routes enum and everything. And you can actually do, or actually to change everything in the routes file, but you can actually change everything here. It actually spares your time and you actually don't need to search for everything. Okay? So we're going to call this enum routes enum. This is going to be a string and we're going to add credible. Okay, so the first one, case, and let's call this profile. Then case login, case register. Then we can use case update, case delete. And we can also say case maybe users for the admins. Then we can case. Okay, so we already have profile. We're also going to call user. You know what? We don't need user. You can actually use users for that. Then we do courses. Then we have case guides. And we also have the case. Let me think really quick. So we have profile, login, register, update, delete, users, courses, and guides, sessions, just like this. And then we're going to do articles as well, just in case we need it. Okay. So now we can actually go back to the routes enum, or to routes, and instead of register, we can actually do backslash braces. So this is string interpolation, and we can actually call routes enum dot register dot raw value. Okay, so now we did this. When we ever want to change register, so let's go back to the routes enum. When we ever want to change like register, this one, we could actually just do this, not register. So it actually automatically adopts the raw value which we assign, and if we don't assign a value, it just takes the raw value of the case itself. Okay, so that's why we do this. And with this one we can actually do the same. So we can actually do backslash, I'm gonna call this profile, oh not profile, sorry, routes enum dot profile dot raw value. We can actually copy and paste this one. So we can actually do this one, and let me think really quick. Oh, okay, yeah, of course we forgot the brace. Just like this. Okay. And then we can actually do the same for update and delete as well. So we can actually just do this. And we actually change profile to update. And for this one, we can actually do, instead of profile, we're going to do delete. And then you actually have like all the information ready. So of course we can use strings. If you really build like an easy website, you can actually use strings. But if you actually are building like an API, you actually want to build version 2, version 3, version 4, and so on and so on, you can actually just do this. Easier. And if you ever want to change everything around, you can actually change everything around without changing this if you don't need to change it. Okay. Dus dat wordt best wel interessant. Oh, kut, dat knippen we er even uit, dat interessant. So that will be really interesting. Okay, so now we did that. We can actually start to create our next controller. So let's go to controllers, new file. And let's create a course controller. So course controller. Import paper. Import fluent. Then we have struct course controller. So for this we actually need to add a handler, right? So we go to content protocol. Under there we can actually do protocol content handler protocol. Open this one up. So we need an associated type of answer, and we need an associated type of model, associated type of request, and an associated type of status. Then we're gonna need func. So the first one is gonna be create, right? So we can do func create. It's gonna be rec of request, async throws, and we actually are throwing in status, so we can actually just throw status. Oh, this has to be a small s, otherwise it's gonna conflict with something. Then func get, just like this. Then we're gonna do rec of request, async throws, and this is gonna retrieve it in model. And then we have func. Let me think. So this is gonna be get all. Underscore rec is gonna be request. So let's give this an extra space just to clean it up. Async throws. Gonna return an array of model. Then func update. Underscore rec. Gonna be request. Async throws. And this is gonna be I think we return a model, right? Don't we? Yeah, I think we did. We did actually return the model. So then we can do func delete underscore rec of request, async throws. This is going to be a status, just like this. Okay, so we actually finished the content handler protocol. So now we can go to our course controller. And this is going to be the content handler protocol. Then we have to wait for the... No, it doesn't. Yeah, add protocol stops. So the answer is going to be course model. The model is also going to be course model. And the reason why is probably because we actually maybe we need to make some changes to the get course itself. And that's what we're going to do now as well, later as well. So this is going to be HTTPS status. Let's clean this up really quick. Then we add the functionality. Let's cut this. Command X. Okay, so let's go really quick to the course service. And yeah, this for the front end, we have to change this, of course. So let's say, for example, here we have the get, right? So we're gonna get the course, and when we want to, we actually want to do it in a way that when somebody is subscribed, they can actually also return the sessions, and that's why we already add the handler, because we're actually gonna implement the same content handler protocol for the controller, where the user can actually get all the information that they want. Okay, but we still have to figure out how we're gonna do that. I'm not sure yet. Okay, so .create. What we can do, we're gonna do let course is equal to try rec.content.decode create course dto.self. Now we can actually just do return try await. Course services dot create rec. Create DTO is going to be the course. Ah yeah, of course, and we actually have to retrieve the author as well. So before this, we can actually do this. Let author is equal to try rec dot auth dot let me see. Returns the authentic instance of the supplied type. Okay, so .get is actually, this is the user model. .self. So this actually means, I think we need to, I think we need to change the middleware. Let me go to the middleware really quick. .get. Okay, so that actually, okay, so that already uses get. So we can actually do rec.auth.get, and this actually means that the user has to be subscribed. And in here we can actually just return the user, just like this. Value of type must be unwrapped, that's okay. So now we can actually go to create really quick. And here we can actually do an author. We can actually do this. So under slug we can actually do dot author equal to then we can create a string. Then we're gonna do author dot a name, just like this. Then we add a space. Then we do another one. And in here we can do author dot last name. And now we can actually change here author, but oh wait a second, this is not handy. So we can actually say full author, and here we can actually call full author. So now the author is actually generated automatically by the person that is logged in. Use string.describing to silence this warning. No, we don't need to do that. No, we're just gonna leave it like this. Right? Yeah, so we can leave it like this. And I think this works, otherwise we have to look this, we have to change this around a little bit, but we're gonna do this later. So go back to the course controller. In here we can actually do let course equal to try rec.content.decode. And we can actually do no, not dot content. We actually have to do try rec.parameters.get, and we're actually gonna get the slug, and then return try await course services dot get rec, and this one is gonna be course. Oh, we have to change this in try. I don't think we need try here, we can just do rec.parameters.get slug. We have to unwrap this, of course we have to unwrap this. Okay, and we can go here, we can actually do return try await course services dot get all. We're on rec. Then update, we're gonna do let course equal to rec.parameters.get. This is going to be the slug. Then we can actually do return try await course services dot update. Oh, dot update. This one is going to be rec. The object is going to be course. And we also have to do some decoding. So let updated course equals try rec dot content dot decode update course DTO dot self. And the update DTO is going to be the updated course. And last but not least, that course equal to rec dot parameters dot get This is going to be the slug as well. And then we're going to do return try await. Also need change await to await here. Course services dot delete and rec, and the object is going to be course. Pretty cool. So yeah, we have to unwrap those, otherwise you know how it goes. And unwrapping it actually means that it needs a value. So even if we give it the wrong value, it will still work. Okay, so don't worry about it. Okay, so we finished this one. Then we can go to let me think. To routes. So these are the registered user routes. So under there, mark registered admin routes. Then we can do admin token auth group post. Then we can do here routes enum dot courses dot raw value, just like this. We can actually, we have to register the controller really quick. Let course controller equal to course controller. Then we have course controller dot create. Perfect. This is really cool. So the next one, admin token auth group dot get backslash routes enum dot courses dot raw value. And then we need here another string. And let's create, like in the routes enum here, let's create another enum. Call this route parameter. It's going to be a string and a credible case slug equal to slug. Then we can also do case id equal to id, just like this. And we can go back. In here we can actually do backslash routes parameter dot wait. Oh, routes parameter. I thought it was routes. So we can actually do route parameter dot slug dot raw value. Why isn't this working? Cannot find route parameter. Okay, then we're gonna search for it. It's this one. We go back to routes. Route parameter. Oh, it has to be parameter. That's why we couldn't find it, because I wrote it the wrong way. So parameter, perfect. And in here we're gonna call course controller dot get. So this one actually gets the selected course, and we actually get that from the route parameter dot slug dot raw value, and the request actually decodes the parameter and actually finds it. So then we have admin token auth group dot get backslash routes enum dot courses dot raw value. And we actually can do course controller dot get all. Then we have then we have another one, admin token auth group dot update. No, not dot update, dot patch. It's gonna be routes enum dot courses dot raw value, just like this. Then we add another one. Oh, wait a second, we have to we have to put this into a string. Otherwise this is not working. Routes enum courses.raw value. And after the string we're going to add another one. This is going to be routes enum dot courses dot, let me check really quick. Oh no, wait a second, this has to be a parameter. So route parameter dot slug dot raw value, and this one is going to be this one we're going to patch. So that's going to be course controller update. Perfect. Last but not least, admin token alt group dot delete backslash routes enum dot courses dot raw value. And after that another one. This is going to be backslash route parameter dot slug dot raw value. And this one is going to be course controller dot delete. Pretty cool. So we also registered all the admin routes for the courses. Wait a second. Cannot convert value of type write-up or keep at expected path component. String interpolation can only add a string. Ah yeah, we have to add this one inside a string, otherwise this is not gonna work. Just like this. So as you can see, we actually are using most of the time just courses, right, with the slug. Because if I'm not mistaken, when we send a request, we can send a patch request or delete request, and if you send it at the same route, nothing will, I don't think it will interfere, as long as we do this right in the front end. And if it actually doesn't work, maybe we have to look into this and how we can actually fix this. But I think for now this actually looks really nice. So this is going to be the end of this video. We actually are really on our way to creating a really functional and a cool API. In the next video, in the next two videos, we're actually going to finish all the controllers. We're going to register all the routes. And after that we're gonna test some of the stuff out, of course. And yeah, and after that we're actually gonna start with the front-end routes, so that the user can actually also retrieve the information when they are subscribed or when they are free users. And that's also gonna be really interesting. Okay, so thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you learned something. And as always, if you have any questions, hit me up on Discord or hit me up in the comments below. Okay, thank you for watching and I see you next time.